I think my channel is shadow banned. I think another problem is that people are conditioned to not be able to pick up that people are looking at teleprompters. People are conditioned to not have their own agency. They're unable to suspend reaction to fully observe the reality around themselves. Anyone who has studied probably ran across strange stuff in history. And we were conditioned that things always get better, things progress. But it's emerging that nothing ever changes. There's never reform. There's never freedom. There's never justice. There's never true justice. There's only this nightmare called people glued to cell phones, smartphones. A cell phone to me used to be you carry it in case your car broke down or otherwise you needed to be you're waiting on a phone call. It wasn't to go on the internet. I didn't really truly become internet addicted until 2007. I did notice it in the 90s, but I never got into it. I didn't care. In the early 2000s, it started to bubble up that it's there, and eventually we get bored or see, I have autism. I didn't know it back then, but with autism, there's a propensity to want to repeat, to stay busy, to do things one is comfortable at, and then we become very adept at the things we do, as long as they're structured, we're not being effed with. We're all getting effed with. So the main point of this video today I'm making right now, I'm looking at Audacity. It's over 3 minutes. I don't know when I actually started, but I don't do any edit cuts anymore. I don't even, I might mute something out if I can, but otherwise, I'm just into the freedom of existence. I've put everything together. My main goal is to have concrete departure from a couple websites. The big one here is YouTube. These YouTube videos, getting on YouTube, this will be the big challenge to not care. The main message is that people are conditioned, we're conditioned to not notice that they're scripted. If one thinks about it honestly, about what I personally attempted through my channel, I'm not saying spend a lifetime or spend much, but if anyone took even a quick look-see through at my archive, they'd see that I keep going on about the teleprompters. I found it on fault lines. I also noticed connections. Now, if I mention names of connections of YouTubers from like 2016, 17, no one knows who they are. No one, but they are directly. They were directly tied. You can tie them directly to the hip of Jimmy Dore, for example. And Dore was created by Cenk Uygur. Lee Camp was created by Jimmy Dore. So this is the thing. I can see when their eyes aren't lining up. I know what it means to be human. I'm not great at having a natural, spontaneous conversations with a lot of people. I can do it with someone who understands me, and even then it's a struggle. But if I have the floor, if I have the opportunity to just speak and like a teacher lectures, I'm not saying lecture talking down. I do believe in a fundamental equality among all of us. So that's why I have confidence. Just think of this. If any one of us is the full unit of a human being. Now the body breaks down and I'd have to repeat myself to teach. One needs to be repetitive to teach. There's no way around it. There are basics. There's a language. We're using language to communicate. So the soul uses the body and brain to, I don't know, is it communication? Is the soul actually involved? Now, I believe the soul must be involved in the material. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Why? If each of us has a soul, which I believe, I know me personally, my opinion, my belief. Now, when I say we're talking about someone who, like any other human, is not going to be here in 50 to 100 years. Every single one of us in 50 to 100 years. I don't care how young you are. In 50 to 100 years, we're all dead. There's no way around it. Now, what is we? I'm just talking about the brain and the body. So the brain and body are gone. But if we're reincarnated, which I believe, then there's something about each of us that's immortal. So that's each and every one of us. It doesn't matter if we're good or bad people. I mean, Hitler had a soul. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that what Mike Tyson used to say? You know what I'm saying? I think people are corrupted by the system. It's the system. We're created by the system. They want us to feel bad about ourselves, though. So they want people to think in terms of a UG Krishnamurti rather than Jiddu Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti tried to free us all. And this counterpart guy who attacked the legendary Krishnamurti, what did I say his first name? UG. That guy, I think, was COINTELPRO. He would say every single idea that any one of us comes up with was already there. So it's basically a cynical philosophy which just so happens to fuel the power of police. Anything with authority gets fueled by the idea that nothing anyone comes up with can be original or creative or anything like that. That it was just ideas that one came across. It's a very dehumanizing philosophy, which is the state power structure, and then the internet came in. People need to not be looking at smartphones in public. That's one. That's the first step. Anyone out there listening to me right here, if you're still using a cell phone in public, you need to make that priority number one to stop doing that. You need to make a list of what you need to do to snap out of it. And to wrap this up, I've got some video. I think I got some Lee Camp. I'll use that to add to the background of this video, and I'll go full circle and say that basically we're conditioned. I'm repeating, but it's very important because few and far between seem to appreciate what I came up with, and it's not about me. It's not about me. These people are all scripted. That's what's the mess. That's what's going on. It's not me. Look at me coming up with this scoop. I'm the scoop king. Well, I don't get many page views anymore, and I'm kind of long in the internet tooth to go to TikTok or anywhere else. I'm done playing this racket scam game. I'm driving the bus. I'm the smartest one in the room. Not you, not good you, but in regards to all those scripted losers who think they're doing, who they have their inside, what's that thing? Duper's delight. I did learn a few things over the years through this obsession with rigged, scripted internet COINTELPRO. Those streams, they're so fake. I was never into YouTube until the recently, like 10 years. I started to drift into this YouTube thing, especially after Twitter. Twitter knocked me out. Twitter's done. Just look at Twitter. If Twitter can be disassembled and ruined and finished, then that means YouTube is next. The only reason YouTube persists is because it's a monopoly. They have the money. The thing that's propping up YouTube is the military and Google Ads. Google Ads dominates everything. Every website. You won't even be on Google or anywhere, and you'll see like oh, Google Ads, and I'm like, why is Google everywhere? But I don't see these ads. I have ad blockers. So what I learned is that people on the cell phone, there's no way to. It seems that no one can put ad blocker on the smartphones. And that's why they want people to use the smartphones. And then I see it. You see it in the videos. Any videos of people walking around staring into their little the computer on a phone. So this proves I don't do that because I don't even know how to articulate it. But we all know the thing where people are in public. I have trouble with people because I have autism, attention deficit, and social anxiety, but I still try. Or I'm happy being alone, or this or that. I'm not depressed or anything. I'm not. I don't know what lose my train of thought. People need to give up on internet. You just have to give up on it. Now, the contradiction to that is that I'm still on the internet. So I'm not saying quit the internet, but I'm saying quit. Yeah, I am saying quit the internet. Or one has to find a way to use it the right way. Like I use it, I'll use it to find the catalog values of stamps. I work on stamps. That's my special interest. It keeps me busy, and I get good at it after all these years. I can look through a pile of stamps. No stamp dealer can look through every stamp. No, there's so many stamps that the key is to just find a supply of stamps that one can rummage through. I know I should be looking into the auction game, but I don't have the money for that, at least right now. Maybe someday I'd try an auction. But anyway, that's not the point about stamps. The point is to get off the internet. So I use it for singing. I don't want to sing all the time though. So I need either a steady supply of stamps to work on, which is doable. If I can just relax and get the and get and just take it nice and steady and try to balance out the budget with the steady supply of stamps, then I'm basically out of trouble. I'm not doing anything, making videos like, see this video right here, I don't think it's any big deal because I'm sitting in the chair, I get the microphone, and right in front of me is Audacity. I can see like how that works for anyone who knows uh, Audacity, the free audio maker. I mean, maybe I'll add a tune maybe at the end of this. I was looking at one, but I want to sound good, and I don't think I always sound that good. I admit it. I mean, I think I'm pretty much in tune all the time, but that doesn't mean it's going to sound great. And I'm just trying to, oh, yikes. Okay. I thought the recording volume was on 0 even though I can see things. I had the last time or two I got the recording down to .03. I used to think my voice was miserable, pathetic. It's weird to wait like 50 years to finally understand oneself, but like I've said before, it's better late than never. There's no never. There's no late or no never. We were just the undiagnosed, we were just unaware. We didn't know. We were still the same people. We were just kind of lost souls. Not completely lost souls. Our hearts were in the good right place. Our hearts and minds, we cared. We did good until we could no longer overcome the disabilities that um, prevented us from making money and fitting in. So what someone like myself does is I don't fit in, then I try to share the truth of conditioning, the truth of scripted reality. Then I notice I I don't get many page views, but I have gotten some page views, and I got page views and views back in the day, and I never hid who I was, and I've always been pretty much this try to be the same username here for quite a bit now. So to wrap this up, I'm just gonna repeat that those places are scripted. You can see them looking to the sides of one another, looking anything you're watching ever again. Please keep in mind that it is not a dialogue. It is not real. So, even though I have autism and social anxiety, I'm still a million times better than any of them at speaking, thinking, interacting, even with all those issues I have, all those being neurodivergent. I hit the jackpot. I'm both ADHD and autism. I won. I'm the winner. So basically, I'm trying to turn those lemons into lemonade, and that means I was able to break. I'm outside of the system. Now there are people with autism, ADHD who are fully in the system. I see them. I think they're a lot of them are undiagnosed. I think a lot of them are junkies, and they're done. And they're the people who I went after. And because I'm shadow banned, and because of this or that, and because I've been harassed over a decade, over a decade by them, that I got my revenge. I got the revenge. I can see it. My voice becomes stronger. Their faces tweak out even more. Their faces tweak out. I can see that they're aware of themselves when their eyes are moving, and I can see that they're reading something when they're faking in a conversation with someone. I can see that they realize it's obvious that they're reading. I can see that the observer, I try to use the observers, the observed in any type of combining physics or metaphysics, philosophy, combining all that with riffing, with being free and spontaneous and whole. It worked. It worked. So they're forced, the system is forced to shadow ban. They're forced to double down and gin it up with, like, we'll make Twitter, now Twitter's right wing. We're exposing the left wing of the Twitter files, and now it's a right wing speech haven. And Yahoo, remember Yahoo? Yahoo used to be Republican. I remember this. Yahoo was right winger. Huffington Post was the left winger. And then Yahoo turned around and it became a neoliberal. It became liberal. So there you have it, or you have there was a vote, which was, some of them were like just outright right wing or outright left wing. And I mean playing the same old, same old. And if one looks at any of the streamers, from Joe Rogan to any of them, to the no names that I have exposed, they're all trying to keep people trapped within this social structure that exists. They want people to see Biden. They want people to see this or that, Taylor Swift. Anyway, yesterday I had a bad day because I went to these websites to kill time, to wake up. And it made me mad. The thing with Aspies is we lose our cool if we keep getting confronted with the bad things that are out of order. Aspies, we want stuff in order. That's why we line it all up. That's why we like routines. We like order. But the funny part of that is it's a beautiful, loving order. It's not like a cop brutalizing people or bullying people because they have a gun and they're supposedly the law. I'm not talking about that kind of order. That's disorder. That's gaslighting. That's disorder posing as order. But I didn't mean to go on and on this long. I'm going to hit pause. I'm not going to practice for whom the bell tolls. I'm just telling myself before I get to it that I'm going to try to sound good, and I don't have to sound great. I just have to try to sound good, audible. Because I want others to feel this kind of confidence. I want to convey to anyone good out there that you too can be confident. Doesn't have to be singing. It can be anything where you just feel good and whole. That none of this is our fault, and that we're not helping ourselves by caring one bit about what's going on through internet. It's not helping us one bit. Thanks. Take care and good luck. Okay, this is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Make his fight on the hill in the early day, constant chill deep inside. Shouting gun, on they run through the endless gray. On they fight for the right, yes, but who's to say? For a hill men would kill, why? They do not know. Stiffened wounds test their pride. Men of 5 still alive through the raging glow, gone insane from the pain that they surely know. Dun, 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 dun. Whom the bell tolls, time marches on. Dun, 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 dun. Whom the bell tolls. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Take a look to the sky just before you die. It's the last time he will. Black and raw, massive roar fills the crumbling sky. Shattered gold fills his soul with a ruthless cry. Stranger now are his eyes to this mystery. He hears the silence so loud. Crack at dawn, all is gone except the will to be. Now they see what will be, blinded eyes to see. Da, 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 da. For whom the bell tolls, time marches on. Da, 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 da. Whom the bell tolls. Dun, 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 dun. Ding, ding, dun, 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 ding, dun, 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 dun. bam 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 do da ba da. Dun bam 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 bam. Dun 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 ding. Dun 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 dun. Bam 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 dun 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 ding. Bam bam da. Dun dun ba da ba ba da ba dun. Dun 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 ding.